guys, welcome back to my channel. This is my first proper video, so I'm gonna go through the books that I read in June with you today. So the first book that I read in June was this, Lily by Rose Tremaine. I rated this book 4.5 stars and I absolutely loved it. Like, this is the first book, I think this is the first book that I've read in years, to be honest. I've been in the biggest reading slump, just not remotely interested. And then I picked this up and just absolutely fell in love with it. I think the story is amazing. It's set in Victorian London, so it's historical fiction, but it's also a thriller. There's elements of romance in there, which I enjoy as well. And it's really interesting. I love the style of writing. It were at times really hard to read, actually, at times. Some of the things that happen and some of the topics. But I think it's amazing. Absolutely amazing. It says, nobody knows yet that she is a murderer. London, 1850, on a freezing winter's night, a baby is abandoned at the gates of a park, only to be saved by a young policeman and taken to the Foundling Hospital. After suffering years of brutal hardship at the hospital, Lily is released into the world of Victorian London, but she is hiding a dreadful secret. When Lily and the policeman meet again, Lily is convinced that he holds the key to her happiness, but might he also be the one to uncover her crime and so condemn her to death? Amazing, definitely recommend reading it. And I am going to pick up more Rose Tremaine books because I love how she writes. The next book that I read was The Fine Print by Lauren Asher, and this is part of, it's a 3-part series, the Dreamland Billionaires series. I've not picked up the other 2 yet, but I am going to, because I loved this book as well. Absolutely loved it. I rated this 4.25. I thought it was brilliant. It's a romance, very spicy romance at times. Some real spice in here at times, but I enjoy that. I apologise if you can hear drilling in the background. It's been happening for weeks now, so I can't get away from it. I just need to film. But yeah, I'll read the blurb of The Fine Print. So it's written from 2 different perspectives. You've got Rowan and Zara. So it says on the back, it says, Rowan, I'm in the business of creating fairy tales, production companies, 5-star hotels, theme parks. Everything can be mine if I renovate Dreamland. Hiring Zara was a great plan until I fell for her. By the time I realised where I went wrong, it was too late. People like me don't get happy endings, not when we're destined to ruin them. And then Zara's bit says, after submitting a drunk proposal criticising Dreamland's most expensive ride, I should have been fired. Instead, Rowan Kane offered me a dream job. The catch? I had to work for the most difficult boss I'd ever met. Rowan was rude and completely off limits, but my heart didn't care. At least not until I discovered his secret. It was time to teach the billionaire that money couldn't fix everything, especially not us. I loved this book, absolutely loved it. The character development in this I thought was amazing, especially Rowan. How you see how his character grows throughout the book, I really enjoyed. I love how it's told from 2 different perspectives. So you've got Rowan and Zara. I really enjoy the 2 different perspectives. I think it adds another element to the book. But the Dreamland Billionaires series, the general gist is each book is about a different brother, and they've all got to do something in particular to get their inheritance. So this book is about the first brother, Rowan, and what he needs to do to get his inheritance. And then obviously Zara comes into the mix, so he's got to navigate falling in love as well. It's great. It's really good. I really highly recommend this book. The next book that I read, I don't actually have my copy because my mum nicked it, but just pretend pretend that it's here. And that book was The Housemaid. The Housemaid by Frida McFadden. I rated that 5 stars. Definitely easily a 5-star read. It was absolutely amazing. I recently bought the other 2 in the series because I can't wait. I literally read it in like 2 days. I could not put it down. It's a thriller. It's a fucking amazing thriller. Essentially about a housemaid. She goes to live and work for a family that she doesn't realise is warped, basically. Like, she doesn't know what she's walking into. It's all about, it's about deception and secrets. It is absolutely amazing. It follows Millie. Millie's the main character. She is the housemaid, and Millie's got her own secrets, her own past that she's trying to hide and trying to move on from. And then we also, as we get further in, we get deeper into the lives of the family that she works for and their secrets and their pasts. And there is the most insane twist in the book. That's not a spoiler, it's there. But there is the most insane twist in the book that I did not expect at all. I feel like a lot of twists you can predict what they're going to be, but I did not predict that. It was wild. Just an amazing book, and I've recently bought the other 2, The Housemaid's Secret and The Housemaid is Watching, and I can't wait to read them. They're going to be in my July TBR for sure. So like I say, I've not got my physical copy of The Housemaid anymore because I've got it to my mum, but I'll just read the blurb for you that I've found. So it says, "Welcome to the family," Nina Winchester says as I shake her elegant manicured hand. I smile politely, gazing around the marble hallway. Working here is my last chance to start fresh. I can pretend to be whoever I like, but I'll soon learn that the Winchesters' secrets are far more dangerous than my own. Every day I clean the Winchesters' beautiful house top to bottom. I collect their daughter from school and I cook a delicious meal for the whole family before heading up to eat alone in my tiny room on the top floor. I try to ignore how Nina makes a mess just to watch me clean it up, how she tells strange lies about her own daughter, and how her husband Andrew seems more broken every day. But as I look into Andrew's handsome brown eyes, so full of pain, it's hard not to imagine what it would be like to live Nina's life. The walk-in closet, the fancy car, the perfect husband. I only try on one of Nina's pristine white dresses once, just to see what it's like, but she soon finds out, and by the time I realise my attic bedroom door only locks from the outside, it's far too late. But I reassure myself, the Winchesters don't know who I really am. They don't know what I'm capable of. Amazing. 10 out of 10 recommend. 5-star read, 100%. You will not be able to put it down, honestly. And then the last book that I read, I'm going to include it because I finished it on like the 1st of July, but the last book that I read was The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid, and again I will include it there because I've not got my copy, but I rated that 4 stars. I did really enjoy it. It's predominantly romance based, but it's a telling of Evelyn Hugo, the main character of her life in Hollywood, and it's really interesting. Like, I think you get a really interesting perspective because it's Evelyn's story that she's telling to a journalist that she's asked to write a book about her life. Let me read you the summary. So it says, aging and reclusive Hollywood movie icon Evelyn Hugo is finally ready to tell the truth about her glamorous and scandalous life. But when she chooses unknown magazine reporter Monique Grant for the job, no one is more astounded than Monique herself. Why her? Why now? Monique is not exactly on top of the world. Her husband has left her and her professional life is going nowhere. Regardless of why Evelyn has selected her to write her biography, Monique is determined to use this opportunity to jumpstart her career. Summoned to Evelyn's luxurious apartment, Monique listens in fascination as the actress tells her story, from making her way to LA in the 1950s to her decision to leave showbiz in the 80s, and of course the 7 husbands along the way. Evelyn unspools a tale of ruthless ambition, unexpected friendship and a great forbidden love. Monique begins to feel a very real connection to the legendary star, but as Evelyn's story near its conclusion, it becomes clear that her life intersects with Monique's own in tragic and irreversible ways. The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo is a mesmerising journey through the splendour of old Hollywood into the harsh realities of the present day, as 2 women struggle with what it means and what it costs to face the truth. I really enjoyed this book, and I'm intrigued to read more by Taylor Jenkins Reid. So those are the 4 books that I read in June. I'm already nearly at the end of my July TBR because I've been smashing through them. So I will film another book review at the end of July, showing you my July reads. I'm really enjoying reading again. It's such a nice feeling after I've been uninterested for so long, and I've found books that have got me loving reading again, and I'm so happy about it. So yeah, I'll see you next week for another video. Thank you for watching. Bye.